Hello and welcome everybody to a modern stream. We're gonna be playing something that I've been getting requested a lot lately, which is sort of an updated version of Karn Amulet. You can always trust that I will be interested in figuring out a way to play Karn in Amulet and try to have a solid deck list for that. And what we're going to be trying today is Karn with the tech that has been showing up with Sakura-Tribe Elder. And we're also playing some Hydroid Krasis Island in the sideboard. This is a tech that has been showing up as a way to mostly fight against Blue-Red Murktide, because it's a game plan that works under Bloodmoon, and it's fairly effective. And that's nice because that's one of the matchups where we want to be cutting Karn anyways, because Karn is just doesn't do enough in that matchup. So lines up pretty well. This is what we're going to be trying out. This is fairly straightforward. If you're familiar with my Karn Amulet deck lists, you will know what we have going on here. 10 bounce lands, Crown Vestige as well, 4 basic forests. Obviously, we want to have access to a bunch of basics once we have Steve in our deck. And then 2 Valakuts, 1 Tolaria West is the only thing. Obviously, Karn gives us access to more threats, so we have less of a need for T-West. Not that I don't think that second T-West is fantastic, but you know, something's gotta give. In the sideboard, we have the basic island. As I was saying, this is part of the game plan alongside Sakura-Tribe Scout. And yes, Fluffy, you saw correctly, Hydroid Krasis. So this is the sideboard plan that we're going to be enacting. We also have access to 1 Cultivator Colossus. This is mostly for 4-color exclusively. There's a couple other matchups where it's good, you know, stuff like Tron and whatnot. But like, I'm very, very low on this card. I think that it's not as good as most people think it is. So I kind of have to play with a singleton copy because it's very good against 4-color specifically, but I'm not particularly excited about playing it. But anyway, we then have some forces and some endurances, and then Bossage Radiant Fountain as our utility lands, and then the rest of the cards in the sideboard, part of the Karn package. Engineer Explosives, Sky Sovereign, Liquid Metal Coating, Pithing Needle, and Tormod Script. A very, very succinct, very small Karn package. Again, we're not trying to be a Karn deck. We are just a Primeval Titan deck that happens to play Karn. So we have the bare minimum and the cards that I value the most having access to in the current metagame. This can change any week. You know, I can maybe think that Sky Sovereign is worse than something like Walking Ballista or something like that. So this is basically the bare bones. That's it, really. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you for round number 1. See you there. Alrighty, round number 1. Sounds fine, right? We can go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Dryad. We can't Karn on 2 though? Still seems worth it. We can Karn on 3 on the play. Yeah, Canister is all about the clickbait, which is obviously great. Very respectable thing to do. Rogin Triumph. It's a good draw, in case you were wondering. So we can Karn on turn 2 here if we wanted to. If we Karn, that is bad against my opponent going Lightning Bolt, but it's pretty good against my opponent going for Teferi. Yeah, I think my opponent's on Scapeshift. So what do we want to do? Do we want to play around Bolt or do we want to play around Teferi? Because if I just go Dryad, go, and my opponent plays the Teferi, they basically time walk me for free. I guess I could go Garrison, Steve, fetch a basic forest, Gracer Dryad, but that's still bad against the Fairy. And Prismatic Ending for what's worth. If this is Tameshi, then I really want to go for Karn then. But I wouldn't put my opponent on Tameshi. I would put them on Scapeshift. I think it's more likely they're a Scapeshift than Tameshi. I think I'm going to go for Karn. It has the highest upside. Because it just, you know, threatens to straight up win the game. So I'm going to Karn. I'm going to minus for coding. And this may backfire for us. But if it doesn't backfire, then we are probably just going to win. Because next turn we get to go Dryad into coding. And there's not really much that my opponent can do about it. Even if they Teferi minus on my Amulet, we just shrug and go play Amulet, play coding, blow up your land. So they have this turn to bolt my Karn, and if they don't, I think we are probably winning. Crazy, I've been terrorizing Modern for too long. Card is basically Ancestral Recall on a stick. I mean, I wouldn't say that it's Ancestral Recall, but it's basically Mox Diamond. Even better than Mox Diamond. Look at how much better Grace is right here than Mox Diamond. So you can have an $800 reserve list card. Or you can have a 50 cents card, which is much better, you know? Ah, got him! Look at that, chat. Look at that. Good job, chat. Good job. And we're going to go after the white source because that's what has Prismatic Ending. So we're going to blow up the white source. Look at us arriving at the right play, chat. I bought my Mox Diamond for $8. Someone drew a maze on it. Nice. That's funny. So we're blowing up the Steam Vents this turn because of Expressive Iteration. Because even if they have Dryad, they can't... They're nowhere close to trigger Valakut, so... Oh, look at that. Target that one. Destroy that one. They don't have a Renin 6 because they would have played it last turn. So that's not really a concern. Here we can play Steve, or we can just play Dryad and say go. I think we're just going to say Dryad and say go. Oh, they top deck the Bolt on the turn after, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, opponent. Oh, they drew the Bolt probably off of the Teferi or something. That's brutal for them. So... we basically don't have a game plan against this matchup. I'm going to bring in Boseiju because it's better than Bojuga Bog. And Radiant Fountain because it allows me to beat, sometimes it allows me to beat like a random Lightning Bolt. I could have, but that would require me to skip a land drop. So at that point, like the Steve's not really ramping me, right? I think this is just what's up. Submit. Yeah, opponent's playing Dryad for sure, yeah. That's why I want the thing, right? So this hand is bad against Force. But it's really good if my opponent does not have Force. The question is, do I want to play around Force? I think the answer is no. I think the answer is a very, very resounding no. Prismatic Ending's fine. Fancymus, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of weird. But I think I'd rather go for Growth Chamber here. Because if my opponent finds Teferi and I just pass the turn, they effectively time walk me. They Teferi minus in Saga and I just lose the game straight up, so. But now we're gonna get, next turn we can go Saga, play Dryad, play Valakut. Just not like insane or anything, but it's kind of okay. Yeah, this is just bad from my opponent. They should have just plussed. I don't think that's a good play. There's an argument there for going Growth Chamber there and bouncing the Saga. That means that with any untapped land, we get to Titan next turn. But I think this is better. Wow, okay. So we're 1 mana away from triggering Valakut. Let's play map. I don't think I want to play Karn. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me. But the question here is whether I'd rather crack this and find probably Cavern of Souls, or I'd rather just play Second Dryad. I think I'd rather play Second Dryad. Because my opponent can definitely blow up the other Dryad with Force or something. And no use in attacking, so I'm just going to pass the turn. So they're dead next turn. So they have to kill me right now or draw Force of Vigor. And if they draw Force of Vigor, they kill both of these, and then I still get to resolve Titan and 16 them, which is good. Last time I heard, 16 in my opponent is good. Opponent also has access to a bunch of bait plays that they can make, where they can, like, you know, BTL for Valky and just think that it's good enough, but then it's just like a game losing play. So bunch of bait plays for them too. Opponent could have Remand, or maybe they don't, but I can just play around it by cracking map for Cavern. And I come back to see you playing it with no bad matchups. Yeah, exactly. Dude, I have not used this emote in a long time. How funny is it that you get to put some sunglasses on the on the no bad matchup emote? I made their Boseiju bad. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Like, this is the safer play. It makes Force bad, it makes Boseiju bad, it makes another Teferi bad. Omnath also doesn't really do anything. Dryad is the only card that really does something. They need Dryad into land, Scapeshift. If they have those cards, they win. But if they don't have those cards, they don't win. Krasis emote when? Ugh, really pushing my buttons there. Opponent's deep in the tank here, but I don't know what close calls they could have. Did someone say Krasis emote? I mean, that's basically a snake, right? What is Krasis? It's a beast, Shellyfish, something, right? They can do Wrath with BTL. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's one of the, what I was saying, the bait plays. What's very nice here is that we get to... This is great. So Vesuva is actually pretty good draw, because it forces the opponent's hand. Because now I just find a bounce land, and we have lethal. So that random Vesuva is low-key great. Always yes, always yes, always yes, always yield. Float mana. Here's lethal, opponent. What you got? Why do you think been to like Scapeshift a lot of the meta? I don't know. I think it's a very underplayed deck, to be honest. I think it's quite an underplayed deck, to be fair. So now they Wrath, or Force, or whatever. Yeah. Force is better because it leaves them with the Grazer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bounce that. Here's this guy. And now we get to 16 them. Is Rurik Thar good enough for the side? Rurik Thar was never good. But we as a community, we as a community really wanted to believe that Rurik Thar was good enough. The truth is that it never was. The truth is that it never was. Don't you love having access to Slayer's Stronghold and Sunhome, chat? Don't you love it when you just cast your Primeval Titan and it just wins? Don't you love it when you cast a Primeval Titan and it doesn't need a Dryad to be in play for you to win? See you next round. Okay, round number 2. This hand is a trap. Ship it. This hand is a lot better. Keep this one. I think... We're definitely keeping this hand. The question is what to bottom. I can go turn 1 Grazer into Saga. But that means I probably need to bottom the Vesuva. Alternatively, I can go turn 1 Grazer Saga, turn 2 Vesuva my Saga, turn 3 make a construct, go from there, but then I probably need to bottom the Karn. I don't really want to bottom the Karn. If I bottom the Grazer, I will go turn 1 Saga, turn 2 Vesuva copy Saga, turn 3 Vestige, play Grazer? Play Karn, which is not the worst. Turn 3 Karn on the play, and then if we ever find a bounce land, we can just Titan. I think I want to do that. It's sort of like, it's close. It's close, because there's an argument for just keeping the Grazer and bottoming the Primetime and just going all in on Karn. Or keeping the Grazer and bottoming a land and just going all in on like trying to find a land. Or like there's like all of the choices that we have access to have pros and cons. Okay, so we're gonna get to Karn next turn. Definitely want to make a Saga, a copy of Saga here with Vesuva. Is the playtest and master of the Rich Combo and Pioneer made a combo with him and Karn. That's funny. But they went to Command Fest in Philly. They weren't even selling Shocklands. Only garbage EDH falls are expensive stuff, $50 for going. More money to play, it's a cash grab for casuals. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that, but I did, so it's fine. So... definitely get an Amulet. The question is, do I want to just make a construct token and then next turn go for double Amulet into Karn? Or do I want to cast Karn now? If I cast Karn now, opponent did not... I think they're trying to set up the kill with Inkmoth Nexus. But if they are setting up the kill with Inmoth Nexus, the Karn doesn't do anything anyways. So I think I'd rather make a construct here, which makes setting up the kill with Gingerbrute a little bit worse for them. Because they need to actually, you know, spend 1 mana to make it unblockable. Okay. Yeah, so now my Karn is a lot better, right? Again, I could just be dead to a hammer. Like, I'm just dead to a hammer. Can't beat a hammer, so... If I draw a bounce land, though, I win, so that's cool. Yeah, so I guess I'm just dead. Okay, that's fine. So I couldn't beat this. And this way, I also get to hide the fact that I have... I get to hide the fact that I have Karn. Oh, they just... Wait, what? They just don't have it? Well, that's surprising. Okay, so now what we do is we just get another Amulet. And now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we just Karn for Repeating Needle, name Inkmoth Nexus. And that should be the game, right? Now they have no outs. Because they can't make Gingerbrute unblockable. Inkmoth Nexus. Here we go. This is basically just a bounce land waiting room, you know? I love Karn so much, yeah, me too. They can't make Gingerbrute unblockable either, which is pretty funny. Sure. So they hammer now. I mean, I block. They put the hammer onto the Gingerbrute. I have second Karn though. But if I block here, I can block, then minus this Karn, get coding. Oh, we minus this Karn, get Engineer Explosive, play the second Karn plus on the equipment. So this is fine. So yeah, they're forced into doing this. That's fine, whatever. Alternatively, I could just Explosives on 1. I think this other line is better. Opponent is going to get to attack me for 3. I can also just get a bounce land and win the game on the spot. That's also another possibility. Not quite, though. What if... plus Karn and Colossus Hammer, Pact for Dryad. Oh, we can Pact for Grazer. That's better, right? It may backfire, however. If we Pact for Grazer, it can backfire. So it's a little bit risque. One, two, three. They don't have lethal. I can just plus on hammer. Play my land and say go. Force my opponent to... Yeah, let's do this. So we're taking it very slow here. So we plus on hammer. Play my basic forest and say go. Talked about Warbreaker being a meme card, so here's another. How do you feel about Elven 1 Hydra? That's there's literally no reason that you will want to play Ulvenwald Hydra. Like, for any argument that you may have for Ulvenwald Hydra, there's a better option. Karn is a daddy, big time. So now opponent can send all 3 of their creatures at my Karn, which is fine. They do. Do they have hammer? No hammer. Okay, Karn out of 1. Sakama is strictly better. Oh, Sakama, you will never abandon me, won't you? If I hold on to this land, we have Titan mana for next turn. I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. So hold on to this, fetch Steve on end step so I can use it to chump. Hey Dr. Mehana, how's it going? You should have Titan mana either way with Steve. No, because I can't block. So by holding on to the land, I can now use Steve to chump. Which otherwise I would not necessarily be able to. Caldra complete? Oh no! My opponent has used all of these resources and they're gonna be killing my Karn! Oh no! They're gonna kill my Karn, chat! Oh, they're sorting out the gingerbread? That's hilarious. Okay, I was gonna say, like, I don't think that's correct, but that's really funny though. Finally catch it. Nah, awesome, Dr. Mahana. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Chilling today. So this is nice because now we don't have to chomp, which is cool. Not chopping is cool. So Steve gives me some more manases. Give me the manases, Steve. So I guess we can't double strike anymore. It's still not a good play to double strike anyways. So I'm gonna go just bog. ETB tapped, target them, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Well, I was not gonna go for double strike because it's not lethal, right? With Gracer it is. They can make a construct to block. They can make a big ass construct. Well, I guess I can just double Titan here. I wasn't really thinking about double Titan here. I was thinking about, oh, I'm just gonna get Dryad, but like I don't have to get Dryad. I can just get 2 Titans. If I get Dryad... Simic Growth T-West, that's 6 mana. Play second, Pact for second Titan. Haste both. I can leave Growth Chamber untapped. So I guess it's better for me to get double Growth Chamber here. I think it's better to get double Growth Chamber. I got the feeling that there's a lethal line here somewhere. I also got the feeling that I'm very lazy and I don't want to figure out. I mean, I think we're gonna win for what's worth. Like, I think we're winning this game because I'm just gonna explosives. I'm gonna Karn minus for EE for 1, and then my opponent doesn't have anything that they can do anymore. Like, they just cannot assemble lethal anymore. Hold on to that one. But yeah, there's for sure a lethal line here. Oh, I even have Boseiju, dude. Damn, I have so much shit. I have so many cool things that I can do. So many cool things that I can do. I always forget that Boseiju is just fucking broken. Alright, so we get to do the Karn thing for free. Then we get to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, we have way more than enough mana to. So Celestia Sanctuary, and I guess Valakut? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is fine. I don't have Ballista in the sideboard now. Bounce it. I would like to blow up your Saga. Not that it matters. Opponent doesn't even make a construct. They're just like completely. They're just mentally checked out. Just mentally checked out. Okay, so Boseiju looks good. Radiant Fountain looks good. Bog does not. Forces are good. And that's it. I can cut a cavern, 2 caverns. I think we cut one Steve. Maybe we should be cutting one primetime on the draw. Let's actually do that. On the draw, we're gonna cut this. On the play, I think I'm gonna cut Steve. What do you got, opponent? How did we fall so far behind on clock? Have I been... I think I may have been messing around a little bit too much. This hand is very slow, but it also looks kind of fine. Like, knowing the matchup, I'm gonna keep this hand. Like, we have Force, Peachin, Summoner's Pact, and then we can set up a quick... I turned 3 or 4 Karn, but like, alongside this Force, I'm kind of okay with that. Or we can just have a turn 3 Karn instead. Great. Even better. I wonder if my opponent is on the I'll get you with fucking Mana Tithe game plan. That's fine. We can do better than Ursa Saga for Force. You got a Stoneforge Mystic Champ. Cauldra complete. I don't think I'm blowing up this. I think this is still better. Well, Sage is not bad. No, this is whatever. This is fine. I do wonder if I should have... forced an upkeep there. Because I think I'm very interested in blowing up the Saga. But I think I can probably get like a Sigarda Sate or something out of the deal. Okay, now the first time they're showing me white mana. Oh no, did they have the thing last turn? Maybe they had the thing. The coast, something coast. Do they have Spell Pierce? They do not have Spell Pierce. Giver of Runes. Okay. Giver is a little bit awkward. So I'm honestly considering just hard casting this force right here instead of playing the Karn. That allows me to keep the Summoner's Pact to set up Dryad. I think I want to do that actually. So let's force right there. And next turn we have the option to Karn or to Dryad plus do stuff. Our best draw is Gracer? Wow, attacking with Giver? I don't think that makes too much sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With Gracer is a sicko draw. Sicko draw, I tell you. So if they have Spell Pierce, it's still whatever. So attempt to kill your Giver of Runes. That resolves? Sick. All right. I think I want to play Gracer. Opponent does not have Mana Leak, otherwise they could have leaked the Dryad. They may have Spell Pierce. And here we just pay for Pact and we can still cast Karn. So... So now we're gonna block. We're not gonna block actually. We're gonna go to 3. Next turn we pay for Pact, and then we Karn plus on Kaldra. Cycles clearing, great. Do I have a soundboard? I do. I do have a soundboard. I'm eagerly waiting for the boat so that I can use my boat. More crane sounds. Yeah, we're looking for some crane sounds the other day. It was not easy to find those. Star Wars Pew Pews to soundboard for Valakut triggers. It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one at all. Pithing Needle. They should name Karn. Because Karn is the only way I have around the Caldra. They name Boseiju instead. Okay. I guess maybe if they have peers. Wait, Lavinia entered the Exile Zone? Excuse me, what? Oh, okay. So they have March. Alright, whatever. That's fine. So now they tapped out. Excellent. Now I win. Awesome. So, play Sunhome. We plus on Caldra. Chump! I guess they could have Prismatic Ending or another March and I lose. But those I think are really the only cards that matter here. Give a lot of extra land room for some sound bites. I wish I knew how to set that up. I wish I knew. Well, Shadow Spear doesn't do anything, right? Because this card has some very relevant text. Quite the relevant text it has. Quite indeed the relevant text. That's a really fucking good draw, man. I feel kind of bad. That's a really fucking good draw. That's really good. So we have a couple of ways to go about this. Opponent's got 3 lands in play. They already use Pithing Needle, so I really doubt they have another needle to get off of Saga. So we're just gonna get Coding. We get Coding. We play this out. Now I get to target, I guess I get to target Saga right now. If I target Saga, I move on to second main phase. And now my opponent has to make the construct now. And I can now transmute for Valakut. And kill construct. No, I want to make sure that my opponent doesn't have... Like, they have 1 card left in hand, right? So they can't actually kill me through Inkmoth. It's not possible. They just don't have enough resources to kill me through Inkmoth. So it's better to do this, because they could actually... If they have, like, hammer into... What's his name? They can force me to chump. So this way basically locks up the game. Now I can choose whether I want to start blowing up lands. I can also engineer Karn for engineered explosives. They can't, like, they get gingerbread, but they can't attack with it. Because they can't make it unblockable. So that's a chump blocker. That allows me to basically close the door because it blows up their land. So chump blocker is good. Like, it's fine. I don't think we have bad draws at this point. We have extremely good draws or just good draws. Those are the only options here. There's no card that does that, Koskadeli. It's red. It's a red card, yeah. So I don't think my opponent has that. And they also don't have... I guess they could... No, there's nothing they could have, no. Core Outfitter, but they would need like White Source into Core Outfitter, so blowing up their White Source there basically blanks their ass. There's no card that exists that can make it so my opponent wins this game right now. Opponent's deep in the tank, but like there's nothing they can do. Like, they should attack, but like just chomp. So I think this is the turn where I'm going to upkeep target their Nexus. I mean, I just drew a land, so yeah. Again, everything wins here. Just everything is lethal. Even if it wasn't a bounce land, any land means that I just get to kill this, and then there's nothing they can do. I just keep blowing up the lands, and they're just gonna lose. Giving Grazer double strike for the lose, yeah, that would have been the right play. Sinotron. Alright, so this is a turn 3 kill, right? Like, I'm not gonna ship a turn 3 kill. It can be interacted with in multiple different ways, but look, a turn 3 kill is a turn 3 kill, okay? What do you want from me? Opponent, turn 1 Goblin Guide. Just show to me that the game is over. Just show to me that the game is over. Just turn 1 Goblin Guide. Let's just end this. Move to 5. Okay. We may have a... Has there ever been anybody as unlucky as I am? I would say that feelings about Pioneer are the same as me. Nice. I guess that we get to make a construct here, so we can pressure Karn Liberated. Spent 20 bucks to build the Colossus deck. You see the Pioneer event and went for 08. Oh, nice. Nice, you love to see it. Would there ever be a scenario where we put that blue artifact land from MTGO on the side to grab with Karn when you need a land drop? Is that too lost in the sauce? If I wanted to do that, I would put the like a Darksteel Citadel or the other one, the one that makes treasures. Can't remember the name, but that's the one that I would put in my sideboard if I wanted to. And every time I tried that, it was just not very good. So I'd rather just have something else personally. But it's not the worst, honestly. Like, it's fine. Like, it's an option that you have access to. Karn. Dude, this is so unlucky, man. Is my opponent going to coding? They can't coding. They can't coding because I just attack the Karn with construct. And coding doesn't do anything anymore. Like, I have the answer to the coding on board. I guess if they upkeep me, they prevent me from doing the thing. Ratchet Bomb. Okay. All right, so let's see what's the play here. Opponent says they love the content. Thank you, opponent. Appreciate it. So, this is where we buckle up and we think. So, I can play a Primeval Titan. Because maybe opponent doesn't have Torpor. Ratchet Bone protects the Karn. I mean, it's gonna get me here, right? Like, I have the fucking Boros Garrison in my hand. So I literally cannot haste this Primeval Titan. Because I can't play it out. So I'm trying to think if there's like a Growth Chamber Transmute line that gets me there. But I don't think there is. I mean, there's nothing that doesn't get blown out. That's the problem. So I guess I'm just gonna blow up their lands. Seems like the only thing that I can really do here. Very awkward. Very, very awkward. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. Never mind. Never mind. Because I want to transmute right now so that I can cast another Titan next turn. Which means that I want to blow up their land right now. So I'm going to blow up the tower. It allows them to crack Relic, but, you know, whatever. So next turn they can Ensnare Bridge, but I just find another Titan and I Boseiju the bridge. So it's fine. So that stupid that stupid construct ended up mattering. My opponent should have 100% cracked that relic. They should 500% crack that relic. 700%. Like that was their mana made matter a lot. Yeah. Now they can't play O-Stone and crack. I mean, they have Karn. But sure, like they minus Karn. But now they can't. I don't think there's anything that matters. Oh no! They have Chalice? The Maniac. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to Summoner's Pact in response. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Am I just playing that? So if I play that, I can plus on the Chalice. So if I play Karn, what am I doing? I mean, if I play Karn, I just plus an Amulet and attack their Karn, right? I think that's the best play. Because, like, the Chalice doesn't do anything anymore. Think of it, follow Ted W. And I care more about attacking the Karn Liberated than I care about attacking the Karn Great Creator. Garrison for Karn. I'm gonna do this later, right? I'm just gonna play this as a land next turn, and I'm gonna cast the Titan that way. I'm gonna be able to haste next turn. Have my own card, shut up, Liquid Metal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so this shuts off Oblivion Stone, this shuts off fucking the relic, potential relic cycles, like any sort of chromatic star, chromatic sphere nonsense. Sure. Once again, Karn being sick. Karn being absolutely sick. Nice. No cards in hand for opponents. So that's the name of the game right there. Come on, dude! Man, I can't believe it, dude. Oh my god! How crazy is that? That is so funny. That is so funny. That is so hilariously funny. So... I mean, I guess I'm gonna minus Karn. I'm gonna play Primetime. We play Primetime off of Vestige. And we get fucking Peeling Needle. We name Karn Liberated. Yeah. I think that's the only line. That's so wild, man. That's so wild. Brutal. So brutal. Sky Sovereign can't do anything, right? I don't want to lose the card. Like, if I kill this, my opponent gets to minus their card on mine, and they get to cycle here and here. So they get to draw 2 cards. So I think I'd rather just play Primetime, get second Boseiju, which I'm gonna hold on to. And... dude, I can't believe that I drew the fucking Slayers. Oh my god. I drew the fucking Slayers, man. So, Boseiju, Growth Chamber. And they can't play Ulamog, which is the only card that I really care about. So I'm gonna chill on the Boseiju so I can blow up. So I can blow up the Ensnaring Bridge. Gonna name Karn Liberated. Wow, man. This game ended up being so much longer than it should have been. Why not pack versus an attack with the Titan? There's only one Tulare West, and it's not in my deck anymore. So T-West lines don't work. Not used to playing the Crumbling Vestige, but playing one now. Any tips to keep it in mind with that? Mainly the reason that what Crumbling Vestige Vestige does for you is it allows you to haste Titan without too much trouble, really. It allows you to haste Titan without needing to go for Amulet lines. So it's a lot easier to haste Vestige, to haste with Vestige if you don't have an Amulet in play. That's what, I don't care about this card. Like, this card is irrelevant. It doesn't do anything whatsoever. Sure. So they get Needle here, but like, if they name Karn, I blow up the Needle. If they don't name Karn, I kill them with Karn. So those are the options. Those are the options my opponent has access to. Okay, so they did name Karn the Great Creator. So we're just gonna sage that. They do get a basic out of the deal, but they have exactly enough mana to Ulamog, and I'm just gonna minus for coding, and I'm just gonna upkeep Tower. So I can attack. And I would trade. The other option is to attack and double strike, but then again, my opponent gets to kill the Karn, and then my coding doesn't do anything. I know that I can Sunhome, but my opponent doesn't need to block, right? And I need to choose before doing that. Like, I don't have Stronghold, so like I can't Vigilance. If I attack, I can't block, and my Karn dies. Think ahead, people. Don't give me the immediate play. Like, think ahead. Like, think about what happens after I do that. What happens is my opponent takes it, they take 12, whatever, they go down to 8, and then they attack my Karn, and then my coding doesn't do anything. They get to cycle 2 cards. It's not a good play. It's not a good play. So I think the line is just to play Ursa Saga and say go. I think this is the play. It's odd. It looks weird. It looks weird, but I think that this is the play. So then we trade here. If we draw blanks, really wish I had access to a red source. So we trade here. I guess the Wormcoil ended up mattering much more than I originally anticipated. Well, there you go. That's a way to make the Wormcoil not matter, I guess. So blow that up. So now we do get to haste, and it's fine. So now we get Valakut, and Valakut and Gruul Turf? Valakut and Sanctuary, yeah. Bounce this, play that, haste here, make construct, and now we get to attack and double strike. Sun home, and we have everything we want, so I guess I'm just gonna make another saga. Actually, I'm gonna get Vesuva to copy my stronghold just so my opponent cannot blow it up somehow. Double strike. I mean, if we had drawn a blank, we were still kind of in okay spot. Obviously, we drew the Titan, so we are in a great spot. But like, I think that we were still ahead. Sure. I offer my construct as sacrifice. Yeah, T-West has been used already. T-West has been used. Opponent's mana is limited. And their chances are gone. Okay, well, Seiju. Love it. Got that. I think Colossus is fine. And I think that's it. Karn, as we just saw right now, is absolutely great. We can potentially cut a Grazer. I think I'd rather cut a Cavern as opposed to a Grazer. And go with this. Hey Scott, how's it going, man? Takana take Boseiju, destroy a worm after block. Would have had kill Karn. You like Krasis better than Tracker? No. No, I don't know. I'm trying it out. Yeah, Karn was needed. I didn't need to deal with the Karn. The Cyber Island rubs me the wrongest of ways. It is odd. I'm not gonna say that it's not odd. It's part of a greater game plan, you know. I'm gonna keep this hand like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna keep this hand. Or my name is not Francisco. This is a hand that may be pretty slow, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. This hand may be pretty slow because CDC enters tapped. This is why ETB tap lands are so valuable in the Amulet mana base. Dude, I love me some ETB tap lands, man. I love ETB tap lands ETB and tap lands so much. Never didn't have it. Yeah, we all knew that it was happening, right? We were acting like it was a surprise, but it was not. We knew all along. What do you got, opponent? Sylvan Scrying. Okay, turn 3 Tron on the play for opponent. Very strong. Very, very strong. Alright, show me the force, opponent. Show me the force. I'll wait. Show me the force. I think we still bounce this. And I'm just gonna go Karn into Needle. Needle or on Karn Liberated. My opponent says double Amulet makes me sad. I just want to write, don't watch the stream, opponent, because don't watch the match afterwards, because it's gonna make you even sadder how how we just stop decked it like an absolute luck sack that I am. Though, to be fair, let's be fair here, chat. Let's be fair. Opponents playing all the mismatch lands. This was bound to happen. Okay, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. I don't write the rules. I don't write the rules about how this works. But if your Tron lands are mismatched, I think that your chances of losing increase significantly. Reddit told me this. Okay, I read this on Reddit, so... Is my opponent gonna needle their own Karn? That's a hard way to do it, man. I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, you know? The name Boseiju. Interesting. So, opponent did not have force last turn. Opponent did not have force last turn. I'm trying to make sure that I just don't randomly lose to force and just not being able to pay for my fucking pact, you know? Yeah, they have their own Karn. We have their own Karn. But I'm just trying to make sure that I don't randomly just die to my own Summoner's Pact, because that's my opponent's only shot, right? My opponent's only chance at winning this game is I die because of Summoner's Pact. So, I think that the play here is to play this out and float for red. I guess that it doesn't matter. So now Valakut, Stronghold. So now they can't prevent me from hasting anymore, even if they have the force. And again, I'm playing it extremely safe, mostly because I can. So there's no reason for me not to. Vesuva and I guess it Tolaria West. Oh, just Sunhome. Sunhome's lethal. Alright, we beat Tron. Karn is a hell of a drug, baby. Karn is a hell of a drug. I mean, I think my opponent's play is they're in such a bad spot, because if they go for the bridge, then we can just Boseiju it. So like my opponent's line of naming Boseiju is not the worst, honestly. Like they just need to hope that I don't have Primeval Titan. There's no other ways. GG is the shrimp. Yeah, we're talking about like whether you should have named something else with Needle, but I think that naming Boseiju is like the safest thing. At that point, like very, very few cards in your deck matter, right? It's basically Tower into Ulamog, so. Anyway, see you next round. Alright, turn one. Man, this is the kind of hand. This is the kind of hand that can backfire so badly. But it has Cavern, man. Like, I'm a sucker for a hand with Cavern. I'm a sucker for a hand with Cavern. But yeah, we may never do anything with this hand. We may never get to do anything. We're very, very much missing a bounce land. And to be fair, to be fair, there is the possibility that I should just like play Boseiju turn 1 and say go, on the off chance that I can find an Amulet off the top. I think that the upside is a little bit too high for my liking though. Like if I do find a bounce land, we simply set up a turn 3 Titan with a turn 2 Dryad. Like it's just too high of an upside. And I have 9 looks at a bounce land, 10 looks at a bounce lands actually, because I have Vesuva as well. And 10 looks at bounce land. Okay, they have thoughts, so it doesn't matter. So Saga, obviously pretty sick draw there. It allows me to put pressure in a matchup where it's probably going to matter because my opponent's playing a black-green deck. We do have access to Boseiju, which probably won't matter. Dothi is a little bit of a problem here. Okay, that's good for us. So let's play Cavern of Souls and Named Giant. So if opponent has second Thoughtseize, then we could potentially be in trouble. Or like second Thoughtseize and removal spell, or even just like 2 removal spells. Even a removal spell for the Saga would be kind of a big deal here. Yeah, the fact that we do have the bounce land is kind of nice. Let's see what opponent's got going on there. Hopefully not an answer to Saga, because we kind of need this Saga. Witherbloom, mill 3, opponent race. Wow, that's some next level shit. Like, obviously they didn't get anything, but that's kind of sick, actually. That was a very cool play, actually. Mill you for 3, try to spike a prime time. I respect that. I respect that. Here's an Amulet. Here's a Bordos Garrison. Green mana. Yeah, I really like this card. I think it's extremely underplayed, and I do think that I mean I just wish that there were more good shells for it. But when I tried it in the Reclaimer Saga deck, I was very impressed by it. Like very often was just my best draw step. Very often it was simply like the best possible draw step straight up. I think I'm just gonna get 2 Sagas here and just go ham on that. It just blows up so many things that you don't even think about that are just great to blow up. Like it just blows up Chalice. It blows up... Okay. So they get to kill their Ignoble, they get to blow up my Titan, but I have another Titan and they know about it. So they need a Thoughtseize here. Slayer, thank you for the follow. It doesn't look like they have Thoughtseize, so I think we're gonna be fine. Because my Titan is better than my opponent's, obviously. There's a prime time. What's up, Dr. T. Sanchez? All good? Getting Lair. That's nice. Lair's cute. Why wouldn't they just get Overgrown Tomb, right? Like, there's no need to not get Overgrown Tomb there. Trophy would be kind of good, I guess. What is this, a Goifo? Okay. Okay. Yep, I mean, yet another thing that gets destroyed by Witherbloom command there. So... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess I can haste. I guess I can haste here and force the chump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can just go get Crumbling Vestige. My opponent didn't exile Vestige, right? They did not. Cool. Okay. So yeah, so we just get Vestige plus X. Where is it? Vestige plus T-West. Red. Haste prime time. And it's kind of nice that we just get to clear the Grist here because they have a forced chump on the prime time. Growth Chamber and... we can just get Valakut, I guess. We don't have packs to pay for. This is just fine. CV John Run with the prime sub. I have a healthy love for Vestige. I mean, look at that. You see what just happened? Just vestiging. Just vestiging left and right. You love to see it. Kills Ren on Risen Reef. I mean, those are facts, I guess. I doubt that it's ever gonna line up, but yeah. Like, Ren and 6 is like the big one, right? Killing Ren is such a massive deal. So... opponent is at 7 because they have to take 1 to get 1. So if they can push a construct. But I can make my constructs into 5/5s. So they have a force jump on the big one. Yeah, I think we can just make tokens. Amulet and just another amulet. Yeah, because I have the T-West in hand already, so haste that one. And is there anything I can do here that helps me achieve anything? Not really. Just play Gruul Turf just because. But there's no real reason to do that. But yeah. So if they block here, they can eat something, but they take 1 for doing that, and then they just died. So they actually have a forced chump on the big one. That looks good to me. Say go. I think this should be game. That's a Grist. That's a 1/1. That's a Scavenging Ooze. Okay. It's officially time to stop fucking around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gracer in for the win. Oh man, I missed the lethal line. So I do like Krasis in this matchup, but I don't like Cultivator actually. Endurance is fine. I don't like Gracer. but I always leave one copy so I can pact 4 in a dire situation. We can cut 1 Ursa Saga, maybe 1 Cavernous Souls. Colossus seems like a card that you say, oh yeah, obviously you want Colossus for the grindy matchup, quote unquote. The truth of the matter is that if you have Cultivator, in this kind of matchup where your opponent is going to be going after your hand very aggressively, by the time you get to Cultivator, you're out of cards. So it doesn't actually do anything. Like you're just paying 7 mana for like a 5/5 or something. Huh. This hand is super fucking interesting. I have 30 draws towards a land, and any land gets me there because I can just crack Expedition Map. Okay. This hand is pretty resilient, I think. Basic Force there is good for me. I'm gonna go Tron Amulet because it has the highest upside, any bounce land, and I can cast Dryad and then some, so... It does expose the Amulet to Witherbloom command, though. Which is what my opponent has here. Nope, Thoughtseize. Okay, good. Like, Thoughtseize without Dothy, it's a big difference than Thoughtseize with Dothy, so... Because Thoughtseize plus Dothy is a very, very big clock. And Thoughtseize by itself, it's not. So, honestly, they should take either the Steve or the Expedition map. As weird as that is, yeah, exactly. Like, those are the right picks. Obviously, I'm a luck sack, but... Obviously, I'm an absolute fucking luck sack, but... You know how it is. Did I mess that up there? I think I may have messed that up there, actually. Yeah, I should have. I actually had to develop my mana. I actually had to develop mana there as opposed to Necromantia my prime times. Well, that doesn't do anything. I have Karn in my hand. Sweet. All right. So I guess we're just gonna win with Karn then. Oh, okay. That's a nice little 1-2 punch right there from my opponent. And, you know, obviously big reason why I said that I fucked up last turn and I was supposed to just develop mana, right? Opponents almost out of resources there. Like, it cost them a grief to do all of that. My opponent's playing Collected Company in their deck? What the Holy shit. Alright. Yeah, alright. Alright, so let's go get Saga here. So everything that I thought that my opponent was doing... Nope. Everything that I thought my opponent was doing, it was not what my opponent was doing. Big mistake, though. Big mistake with the Dryad. So my opponent's playing Company in their Necromantia, Thoughtseize, Force of Vigor deck. So, how many creatures are they playing? How many creatures is my opponent playing right now in their collected company deck? Like 22, 21, 22, and they got like 2 of their best hits. Yikes. Second company? No way. You don't have second company, opponent. I don't believe you. That's bullshit. You don't have second company. Okay. Okay. Sure. Just take my untapped land and my planeswalker. It's fine. It's no big. 7, 8, 9. Zero cards left in hand. If I block down to 10. Yeah, this is fine. Why not with the tier 1 sub? Thank you so much for that. Welcome back for the 30 months. It's not a bad draw. It's not a bad draw. Can we even do that though? 1, 2, 3, 4. Like we're far away from triggering Valakut. I think we're just dead, right? So I chump here, take 3. I can take 5, I guess. Sorry, I can take 7, down to 3. Yeah, I'm 2 lands away from this. I don't have Primeval Titan. Yeah, I think we just don't have outs anymore. Not with Primetime gone, with Necromantia. We don't have Engineered Explosives. We can get Krasis, then my opponent kills it and I die. Yeah. Alright. Wow. That was a lot that my opponent had there. I think I made a pretty big mistake on that turn where I said that I made a big mistake. But yeah. Opponent's deck is doing so much, dude. Like so they're playing Forces, Collected Companies, they're playing Necromancias, they're playing Witherbloom Commands, and Thoughtseizes. They have to be playing like 20 creatures or something like that. 22 at most. Because I just don't... Maybe they're playing like 18 lands or something? But I don't know how that deck works. Like, I don't know how... Obviously, like, they got me pretty good with Collected Company there, so it works sometimes, but it's bad. Okay. Keep this one. Bottom the bog. When do I tend to cut Gracers? When I don't need to play quickly. When I don't need to do the thing fast. So I'm going to play Boseiju here because if I find a Steve, I can play it next turn. I still am on my way to casting Karn, and if I find an Amulet, then I'm actually netting mana, and if I find a green source, I can just cast this Endurance. Okay. It's a green source, I guess. Very unlucky, actually, that we drew the Primeval Titan. I think we're just gonna lose to Thoughtseize here. Like, we actually... we drew the Prime Time, my opponent's gonna Thoughtseize and cast it against us. So, like, we're just dead here. Like, this is too slow against the turn 3 Primeval Titan. Alright, we lost. We have been beat. The 1-2 punch. Turn 2 Dothy into turn 3. Into turn 3 Thoughtseize. Man, honestly, like, so unlucky that we drew the Primeval Titan. We just got owned by our deck delivering. Pitch saying, how am I winning if I do that? Like, I have nothing. I guess, like, yeah, I guess I can't win this way either, so... Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe I should have just accepted that I'm dead to that. Does Karn get me anywhere? Yeah, I think that you're right, that maybe pitch was the play. Because now this is just too much of a clock. Okay. So we just have to draw Dryad. I mean, this is just hitting me for 6, though. Like, it's not that bad. I'm at 22. I'm going to be gaining more life next turn. Why don't I just play Dothy? Man, I think we found the line right there. So, like, they can find Lair, but I have the Boseiju for the Lair, so I don't care too much about it. I mean... The more I think about it, we may just be able to beat this Primeval Titan. We're going to say minus for Needle. Name. I guess we'll wait to see what they do, and I think we're going to name Lair. Oh, we could name Grist. It's probably better to name Grist, actually. And I guess we just chill. I don't think that we're going to be racing the prime time without our own prime time, so... How did they get the Titan? Through Dothy Void Walker, which we shuffled away thanks to Endurance. They don't cycle the other peatland, that's weird. Bridge would be decent. Edgar, thank you for the follow. I mean, you have to think about the fact that we have 4 cards in our hand, right? Like, obviously, Grist would be fine in this specific scenario, but like, it's not very good. Just letting the Karn go there because it's like I can keep it alive, but it doesn't really do anything for me. Now that I have a second green source, I can like use this Boseiju a little bit more freely, so I can just blow it up there. I kind of need my own Primeval Titan. Sure. So they grist my needle. Get a basic. Liquid metal plus Boseiju. Oh, that's hot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, liquid metal plus Boseiju is the line. 100% liquid metal plus Boseiju is the line. I totally missed that. Totally missed that. Ah! Ah! No! Now the Goifs can block my endurance, they don't even trade. Oh man, everything is falling apart, chat. Everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart, chat. No. Primeval Titan off the top. Primeval Titan. That's not quite. Alright. I've been beaten by green-black company mid-range. GG's opponent. Well played. See you next round. Alright, last match, and this hand is garbage. This hand is slightly better than garbage. It's a turn 3 Karn. Okay. I think I want to bottom the map. Because I have the pieces that I need. Like, I have a bounce land that I can do the thing, so. 4 Goif, 4 Ignoble, 3 Cemetery, 3 Torak, 4. Okay, so we're playing against Hammer. Ogre of Autumn is pretty hot. Okay, that's a good draw if we don't die. So if they have Pure still here. Gamer Champ, thank you for the follow. That's Pure still. So now this is a 2-turn clock, so I need to find the green source. If we find the green source, we're actually in really good shape. So green source, and we probably win. Green source. Nope. Okay, so yeah, there's no permutation that saves me here. We just take 11. And tap lands are very strong in Amulet, chat. ETB and tap lands are very strong in Amulet. Give me the forces, and that's it. So cut 2 caverns. And cut 1 Steve. If we had been on the play that game, I think we win fairly easily. But we were on the draw. I don't feel confident in this matchup. I think that we have a pretty good Hammer matchup, all things considered. I'm gonna keep this one. It's a little bit on the sketchy side of things, but Grazer is a very useful card in this matchup, and we can pact for Dryad on turn 2 to set things up. We would lose to Damping Sphere if we go for Dryad. But even turn 2 Dryad, turn 3 Primetime, turn 4 Primetime on the play, I think it's good enough versus Hammer, particularly when we have a champ blocker. So unless they have like a very, very good hand. And obviously if we find something like an Amulet, this hand becomes a lot better, right? So keeping this, pass the turn. Let's see what our opponents got for us. Sigarda's Aid. So I can Pact for Dryad. I can Pact for Dryad, but if I play Saga, I lose to March. So I probably don't want to do that. We can play Saga, and then I kind of want to. I think I want to Pact for Dryad here, but I'm gonna play out the Stronghold. Like, I'm not gonna leave myself dead to March. I'm just gonna make sure I can pay for Pact and I can play Saga on the following turn. I don't think the Saga is going to end up mattering, but block. Okay. So pay for Pact there. Nice. So play out the Saga. Play out the bounce land. Say go? I think so. And now we should be in good shape. Am I blocking the Mem Knight? Is the question. If my opponent attacks with both, am I blocking Mem Knight? I think so. Just have nothing? I guess we can play around Mana Tithe here, right? So I might as well. Okay. I wonder what they kept, because they kept 7. Anyway. Whatever. We're gonna be on the draw for this game. But it's fine, we have interaction. Being on the draw on games 2 and 3 is not that bad. Even in that first game that we played, we were on the draw, and if we had found something like Boseiju, would have been fine. I guess even if we had found like an untapped source, it would have been fine. Just Gracer goes a long way. Maybe they boarded Patrick's and noticing that it is irrelevant. Maybe. But like that's not a reason to keep a 7-card hand, you know? If you are keeping 7, it's because like you have a plan. But my opponent felt like they kept a 7 that did not really have that. I think this hand is interesting, but it gets absolutely demolished by March. I think we can do better on 6. That's not better. 5. This is the best we've seen. Keep this, bottom that, and I think we're gonna bottom Boros Garrison. Okay. This allows me to interact, which is good. Ha! I knew it! I knew that my opponent had Mana Tithe in their deck. I knew it. I fucking knew it, man. Ugh. Any land. Untap land. Okay, I'll play that. I'm gonna name Dryad here. Seiko. Alan07, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Do you want to go for it, opponent? You are invited to go for it if you wish. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, it's happening. Yep. Boom. Bounce the forest. Sigil. Yeah, we can't get Mana Tithe now. Taste that, opponent. Taste that. Fuck yeah. Here's an Amulet. Here's an Uncounterable Dryad. To play around your fucking nonsense. And I'm gonna play out the land because my opponent could have March or something. So I'm just gonna bounce here and I'm gonna return the Karn to hand. Just name Primeval Titan next turn. Yeah, this was a red ad like a couple of weeks after release, like maybe even days after release. So this basically just forces the chump. Like my opponent gets to force me to. Opponent gives me the aggro GGs. Oh no, they just activate again. Sure. They just activate again and they give it flying. Okay. Just give me the aggro GGs. You're that sure that I don't have another one? I have blacksmith. Oh, you're just a dick then. Okay, cool. Good to know. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. All right. All right. 3-2 with Karn Amulet. Yeah. I like this list. I think it's good. This card just fucking sucks, man. I think I'm just gonna start putting this card in my deck. Like, I think it's just a waste of space. Maybe it should be like a third Krasis to enact the anti-Murktide game plan, but we didn't really get to do the anti-Murktide thing a single time in this league because we didn't face Murktide, and this game plan is sort of specifically against Murktide. It doesn't really work against anything else, so it's kind of weird. I don't know, man. Like I want the Hydroid Krasis to be the next big thing for sure, but it feels a little bit weird. Like it has felt like the best game plan that I've tried so far, but it doesn't feel good enough to warrant all the slots that it requires, right? Like it requires you to have like a bunch of Krasis, it requires the basic island, it requires you to be playing Steves instead of Explore. Like you need to invest so much into it, and I don't think that it's that. I don't know. I don't think that it really changes the matchup. Like I don't think that all of a sudden you're just like a heavy favorite versus Murktide, you know. But yeah. All right, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're interested in supporting the stream, you can do so through Patreon, you can do so through donations, or you can do so by subscribing and like doing all that good stuff. If you're interested in coaching as well, that is also available. You can find all the information you want in the description of the video down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.